Facebook stock, ticker symbol FB, has been absolutely killing it lately, and given that they just released earnings, I thought this would be a great time to give a stock update and talk about their earnings, talk about their performance, and where I think they're headed in the future. So we're going to talk about all of that and a lot more in today's video. Let's get started. What's up, everybody? My name is Ale and welcome to my world of stocks. Now, as you guys know, maybe most of you know, I used to own a small position in Facebook. I didn't hold it for very long. I ended up selling out because I wanted to buy in to some other stocks that I liked a little bit more. This was a little while back ago, but overall, I've always been pretty bullish on Facebook, and when I really think about it, I kind of do regret selling out of my position because I do still believe in them for the long term. But looking at the stock today, which by the way, I'm recording this on the 24th after they reported earnings, but this video will probably be uploaded the next day, so the price may have changed a little. But today they jumped up by almost 8%, and they are now up for the year by almost 50%, which just goes to show you that you shouldn't always listen to the bears or the trolls on YouTube who are just shorting the stock. Because I remember when Facebook was crashing at the end of the year, and all the comments I would see on YouTube videos were people saying that nobody should buy the dip, that the market was about to go into a 5-year bear market, that Facebook was a horrible stock, it was a horrible company, it was a disaster, and there was just all kinds of different negativity. But the reality is that anyone who made their own decision to buy the stock on that huge dip would have made a ton of money by now. So it's just crazy how everyone can be so negative when a stock is crashing, and everybody just kind of refuses to buy anything because they think it'll continue for many years. But if you actually take advantage of what the market gives you, sometimes you can potentially make a lot of money. But anyway, let's look at their earnings now. So EPS was 85 cents a share, and at first glance, that's actually really bad because Wall Street was expecting $1.63, but that misses only because Facebook set aside $3 billion to cover a potential fine from the FTC for their data privacy scandals, which they claim could range anywhere between $3 to $5 billion. But we have to wait and see how that all plays out. But if you include the money that was set aside, it would actually have an EPS of $1.89, so that's a huge beat on the $1.63 that was expected. In any case, revenue also beat expectations with $15.08 billion versus $14.98 billion expected. Daily active users was in line with expectations at 1.56 billion. Monthly active users was a beat at 2.38 billion versus 2.37 billion expected. And average revenue per user was also a beat at $6.42 versus $6.39 expected. And looking at results year over year, revenue was up 26%, which is really incredible growth for such a large company. But net income was obviously down, but again, that was because of the $3 billion reserve. Year over year, users also grew by 8% for both daily and monthly counts. And by the way, this is just for Facebook alone, so that's really impressive when you think about how long Facebook has been around, yet they continue to grow like this. But if we look at all their social media platforms lumped together, they now have over 2.1 billion people using them daily and around 2.7 billion using them monthly. That's a huge deal because the digital ad spending market is expected to grow to over $500 billion by 2023, with social media making up the majority of that market. So Facebook controlling the largest social media platforms in the world, right up there with YouTube and Twitter, is definitely a big play on that. During the earnings call, Facebook also gave a ton of attention to stories, which is really one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Facebook myself. I actually have an Instagram for the channel, and I rarely post anything other than stories because it's just so interactive and fun to use. But the company noted that Facebook, Messenger, and WhatsApp stories all now have 500 million daily active users, just like Instagram, which by the way, Instagram reached that milestone back in January. And they also noted that they already have over 3 million advertisers utilizing stories for their ads across Instagram, Facebook, and Messenger. And they feel that this is where they have a ton of growth opportunities, as it was already the largest contributor to year-over-year impression growth, and we should ultimately see more demand in the future that will attract more advertisers. Not to mention that the company is also investing heavily in different tools and functionalities for their Facebook Marketplace and Instagram e-commerce features, which is evident in their storefront pages and shoppable posts. But given that the e-commerce market is still in its infancy, making up less than 12% of global retail, I'd say Facebook has a huge opportunity here. By the way, Facebook also has one of the best balance sheets in the world with over $11 billion in cash, and their current assets of over $53 billion is more than double all of their liabilities combined. And they still have nearly $110 billion in total assets, so this is really a phenomenal balance sheet that can definitely fuel future growth investments for many years to come. Now, their valuation isn't the greatest, as their trailing PE is sitting north of 24, but I'd say that their forward PE ratio of around 20 is actually pretty reasonable considering the enormous growth that you're getting from a company that is already one of the largest in the world. Not to mention the mouth-watering balance sheet that makes the deal even sweeter. So overall, I just really like what Facebook is doing as a company, and I really like how they implement digital advertisements, especially into something like Instagram stories. I feel like they do it in a very non-intrusive way. Like when you're going through stories and you come across an ad, it's in video format, by the way, so if you find it like interesting or funny or anything like that, you can just kind of keep watching it. Or if you find it annoying or boring, you can just kind of swipe it away and continue on with your stories. And that's how I feel digital advertising should be. It should be very easy to skip if it's very boring, and if it's interesting, you should just be able to watch it. If I was an advertiser myself, I would probably utilize Instagram, and especially Instagram stories, because I feel like the engagements are probably so much higher on there than anything else. But anyway, earnings were solid. I like where the company is headed, and so overall I remain bullish on the stock. But that doesn't mean that I'm looking to buy it at these levels. It's already up a lot this year, and the markets are up in general, so I would really like to see a little bit of a healthy pullback or correction before I buy into a stock, something like Facebook. Having said that, if they have another like data privacy scandal or any kind of issue, that could definitely hammer the stock. I would love to pick up the stock at that point when it's trading a lot lower. I'm not saying that will happen, but if it does, I would definitely use the opportunity. But either way, I do still think they have some room to run, so I still remain bullish on the stock. But let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.